Hello guys, I'm Fizzy and welcome to Circuit de Catalunya in time trial mode on this F1 2014 preview build. In this video we'll be doing another bit of car testing. As you might have seen, I already did a video like this around Hockenheim, where I did a lap in each of the 11 cars to kind of get an indication of how they feel in relation to each other, and also to do a comparison of lap times and straight line speed. A few people have asked me to do this on more tracks, so I thought I'd give it another go around this track, which is known to be a very versatile track in terms of having a big variation in types of corners. So it should give a pretty balanced overview of the speeds of the cars in relation to each other. Then we'll see how it matches up kind of to the order that we got from the Hockenheim test. So I'll do these lap times in the car order that we got from the Hockenheim test, from slowest to fastest once again, which means that theoretically, if the order is the same as in Hockenheim, each of the laps here should be faster than the previous one. So again, there will be a summary from me right at the end of the video. There will be time frame links in the description below if you want to skip to a lap of a certain car. And in this video I'm also using the offset T-cams as my camera view, because a few people have also asked me to show them off. So that's that, and here we go. So then here's an overview of the lap times, sorted from fastest to slowest from top to bottom, and you also have the top speeds that each car reach right at the end of the straight before braking for turn 1. So you can see once again that the gap from first to last is quite similar to Hockenheim, just over 5.5 seconds again from Mercedes down to Caterham. But I managed to get Caterham closer to Marussia around here, and you can see they're now only 0.2 apart with very similar top speeds as well. And then we have Lotus and Toro Rosso with quite low top speeds as well, them both obviously running the Renault engine, which isn't particularly great this year. And once again Lotus coming out slower than Toro Rosso and Sauber by quite a margin actually. That car just really isn't very nice to drive. It's quite, like I said in Hockenheim, it's quite sluggish, it doesn't turn very well. Lots of understeer going on in that car. And then the Sauber with the decent top speeds, but feels slightly worse than the Toro Rosso to drive. The Toro Rosso actually feels quite good to handle, but it obviously loses out on the straight. And then again, just like in Hockenheim, Force India kind of in a gap of its own. Quite a bit more top speed than the other midfield cars, but the worst out of the Mercedes-powered teams. And around here there was an even bigger gap from Force India up to McLaren and Williams than I got in Hockenheim, almost 1.4 seconds in fact, so that's quite massive. Especially considering the top 5 are only separated by 1 second between them. And McLaren quite surprising on top speed, they had the highest top speed around here, 1 kph more than Ferrari, whereas that was the roles reversed in Hockenheim with the Ferrari 1 kph ahead. So that obviously could depend slightly on how well I exited the final corner onto the straight, but the McLaren definitely won the best in a straight line. But then out of the top 5 cars, they are the worst car to handle. But not by far, Williams and McLaren very similar on pace, as you can see separated by just 1/10 of a second. And then again Ferrari and Red Bull pretty close, and unlike in Hockenheim it was the Red Bull that had the fastest time around here, but only by 0.02 of a second. And that's quite interesting, because looking at the top speeds, the Ferrari is a lot faster than the Red Bull, but the Red Bull feels quite a bit better to handle, possibly the best car to handle actually, or very similar to Mercedes in that sense at least. But obviously Mercedes at the top gains on Red Bull by having a lot better engine. So once again Mercedes proving that they're an all-round package, good handling, good engine, even though their top speed isn't the best surprisingly. But it shows the cars off in a similar way to the Hockenheim test, and kind of confirms the order that we got there, except of course Red Bull being just ahead of Ferrari around here. So that's that, and I hope you once again found that useful. Leave a like on the video if you did, and subscribe to my channel for more F1 2014 gameplay in the future, and I'll see you later.